Hello children. Today I am going to do some letter writing. In my former video, I taught you how to write informal letters. I hope you can remember. In informal letters, they are the friendly letters. In this video, I am going to tell you and guide you how to write formal letters. In your textbook, Unit 5, you have formal letter writing. Now let's see what the formal letters are. Formal letters. They are the official letters. In formal letters, we always write in a tone that is polite, formal than everyday language. Polite, formal than everyday language. That means I think you can remember in informal letters, friendly letters, you were free with writing. You were free with using the language. But in formal letters, you can't use the day-to-day simple language. There you have to use some advanced writing. Then it should be polite. Then you have to be accurate, brief and clear. Accurate means the facts you include in the letter should be true, correct. Brief means short. The letter should be short. In the friendly letters, you can have long letters. But in the formal letters, you always try to make the letter short. And it should be clear, whereas the reader can't read it again and read it again to grasp the idea. Okay, now let's look at the format of the formal letters. Here, as you know, any letter we start with the sender's address. I hope you are familiar with writing your own address with the former video because I taught you how to write with the punctuation, the address. Then you have to include your address. If you are writing as a school student on behalf of the school, you can put the address of the school. Or you can have your personal address here. Then the date. Then leave a line. After that, this is the new part in the formal letters. This is the receiver's address and the designation. First, the designation, if you know, the designation can be, the designation means the post of the person who is receiving the letter. Here I have put editor, or you can put the manager, the secretary, the manager of human resource, like that. But after writing, you have to put a comma. Then the address. The official address should be included because you are putting the designation here. Then the receiver's address you can say, if you put principal, the principal comma, then you have to put Thurston College, Colombo 7. Mahanam College, Colombo 4, like that. Or the University of Colombo, Colombo 7. Like that, you have to put the receiver's address here. At the end, the full stop. Then the salutation. It was the same as it is in the informal letters. You start with dear, then you put the sir or madam or the surname of the person, dear Mr. John, dear Mr. Silva. Or if you do not know whether the person is a female or a male, you can put dear sir or madam. Then at the end you have to put a comma. After that, not like in the friendly letters, in the formal letters, we have a topic for the letter, an underlined topic. You have to write the topic of the letter. So when the reader is reading the letter, first he looks at the topic of the letter, then he categorizes the letter. He puts the letter into the correct file. So you have to put the topic clearly and underline it. Then we go to the body of the letter. The body of the letter normally has 3 paragraphs. You can include more than 3, but normally we have 3 paragraphs. First one is the opening paragraph. There you write the purpose of the writing. Why you are writing, and you have to say who you are. Then in the middle you have to tell what the problem is. The purpose of the problem. The purpose of writing the letter. You have to describe it clearly. Then you move to the closing paragraph. That is the end of the paragraph. After that, normally we put thank you, because for considering your letter, you have to thank the person. Thank you, full stop. Then the closing, yours, capital Y, yours, faithfully or sincerely, or I'll teach you later in the other slides. Yours, you have to include the relevant closing, then the comma. There you have the signature, normally with the line. Top of the line you put the signature. After that, the name. You have to include the name, then the designation of yours. Imagine you are writing on behalf of your school. You are the secretary of the Science Society. So you have to write your name, then the secretary, Science Society. So when the person who reads the letter finally looks at the person who sends it, then he can have an idea about the sender of the letter. So it's very important writing the designation of the person and including the name. Okay. Then in the formal letters, you have 2 different types. One, especially the layout of the letters. There are 2 types. One, this one is the older method, and this one is more, you are mostly used to this. Here's the sender's address, receiver's address, salutation, and the goes by, and the ending, the closing and the signature. This is the new method. You have to align all the lines to the left. Here you have to align the beginning in the right side of the letter. Here you align all the lines to the left. Sender's address, receiver's address, salutation, and like that. The conclusion also starts here, and the paragraphs also start from the left. And I think children, this method, you should get used to this method, because this is the method that mostly used in the nowadays. Okay. Here I am revising how to write the sender's address. This is number 1 upon 17th Lawrence Road, Colombo 4, 11th May 2020. Sender's address. Or you can put your name, then the address of the school, then the date. After that, you write the receiver's designation, the Director General, Sports Authority goal. See, this is the designation, the post of the person, this is the address. Okay. After that, you have to put a suitable topic. As I have told you earlier, if you are writing about, it depends. It depends on the purpose of the letter. If you are complaining, the letter should be about complaint. See this one. Complaint against order number 456. They are going to complain. So when the reader reads the topic, he gets an idea about the letter. This is a complaint. This one. Inquiry about cricket coaching classes. So this letter is going to be about the classes of the coaching. place in order for office equipment, like that, so on. You can write a clear, brief topic for the letter. Okay, the salutation. You put dear. If you are putting the name, you have to put Mr. or Mrs. like that. Then the surname, comma. Or dear sir, if that is a male. Then dear madam, if there is a female. Then if you do not know whether the person is a female or a male, so you can include like this, dear sir, stroke, madam, comma. The first paragraph. Now children, in the first paragraph, you have to introduce who you are, where you are from, and why you are writing. You can use one of these phrases, only one or two you can use. It depends on what you are writing for. For an example, if you are writing on behalf of your university, you can say, I am Mr. P.A. Silva from the University of California. I am writing to get registered for the, like that, you can carry on. Then I am writing to get details about the, like, so on, you can write. I am writing with regards to the last letter. You can use this phrase if you are referring to a letter you received former. Right. You got a letter earlier and you are writing as a reply for that one. So I am writing with regard to the last letter. Or I am writing on behalf of Mahanama College, so on, you can write. It depends, because children, you have to use these phrases for the purpose you are writing for. Then, second paragraph. Here, you are describing why you are writing. Earlier, you gave some kind of introduction. Here, you are clarifying the problem or the purpose of writing. I would be grateful if you could send me some information about, like that. You can continue. I wonder if you could send us the leaflet and the time, the schedule, like that. Could you? I would be interested in having more details about, I'm writing to complain about. These phrases I have included here as a help, as a guideline for you to use when writing the letters. But you can't use all of them. Select the suitable ones and write the letter. Then the closing. If you require any, in the closing paragraph, you have to finish talking about your purpose. Then you have to let the person, the receiver, about how you feel about his reply, his reaction. If you require any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. I look forward to hearing from you. Normally, we put this one as the last sentence. You are waiting for a letter. Maybe you have applied for a job. You have included your biodata to the letter and you have sent that. Now you are waiting for the reply to get the job or go for an interview. For that, you can use this one. I look forward to hearing from you. Or you can say, please contact me if you have any further inquiries. Even that you can use. Then at the end, you have to write thank you. The closing paragraph should be over with saying thank you. This is compulsory. This is very urgent. Okay. Signing off. This is this part. See, thank you. These are the three paragraphs as I told you earlier. Then thank you. Yours. This is the closing. Yours. You can say yours sincerely. Normally we put yours sincerely. If you put dear the name, dear Mr. David, dear Mr. P.A. Silva, dear Mr. or you can put the surname here. Then you finish it with saying yours sincerely. That is the usual way. Then if you put dear sir, madam, you conclude it with saying yours faithfully. These are the new ways, sincerely yours. These are a bit older but still being used. These, these phrases you can use: sincerely yours, kind regards, yours truly. You can include any of these here. And at the end, don't forget to put the comma. After that, the signature. You have to sign. You are the person who is writing the letter. Write your signature. Then write your name. Then you have to mention who you are, your designation. If you are the secretary of the Science Union, if you are the secretary of the English Literary Association, you can mention that. So when the person read the whole letter, at the end he knows who has sent it. What's the value of the letter is he can get by the designation. Okay, I hope you got a good idea about this format of the letter. Now, as usual, in writing, you have to consider the grammar. In the letter, if you are talking about the past events, don't forget to use past tense. Use past tense if you are referring to the past events. If you are talking about the future in the letter, use future tense. Whatever the tense is, you have to use the correct tense to express your ideas clearly. Then, in the friendly letters, informal letters, I told you to use contracted form like I am. But in the formal letters, we do not use contracted form. For I'm, we use I am. You're, you are. Don't use the contracted form. This is official. The language should be clear, so write like this, not the contracted form. Okay. Now, my dear children, on page 56, on your pupils' textbook, they have given you a letter. See, I'll revise again: the sender's address, the receiver's address, salutation, the topic, body of the letter, conclusion, the closing, then the sender's name, designation, like that. Go through this letter carefully. The activity is very easy. In activity 13, you have to fill this chart. With referring to this letter, you have to find the sender's address and write it here. Date, like that. I think it's easy for you. You can do that. Finally, on page 58, in activity 14, they have given you to write a letter with the guidelines I have supplied you, and with the help of the letter they have given you here, you can do this one. This one you have to write a letter to a shoe factory in your area. You want to go and visit it in your school trip, and you are the secretary of the science society of your school. So you can think of the designation, that's the secretary of science society. Then the address you have to write. Then you have to create an address for the shoe factory. If you know any name, any real one, you can include, or you can build up a address and write as the receiver's address. In the letter you have to include this, the purpose of your visit, why you are visiting it. Purpose means why you are visiting it. Then the number of students and the teachers going to visit the place. Date and the time, those things should be included so the person can arrange the matter for you. Request for permission. For the, what are you going to put for the topic, underlying topic? You can put request for permission to see the shoe factory. Okay. Then part B, on unit 5 of your workbook, there are two activities, 8 and 9. Those activities also you can do after writing this one. So children, I hope you got a clear idea about writing formal letters. And I hope you would find it easy to do the activity given on your books. And thank you for listening.